we came to Japan, we see all the culture about the cars, and it's something I've been around the world. Only place you can see and can feel this energy is in Japan.
Everything they're trying to do to make the sport better is not what I had in mind, but just tenfold better.
And like what they actually trying to make happen for drifting sport is something I think no one or any other company ever try or ever think about. Hi, my name is Yukio Fausto. I'm a Brazilian, born in Brazil and live in Japan over 15 years. I'm also starting drifting when I was 15 years old. I've been a professional driver for 5 years so far in Formula Drift Japan.
Hey guys, I am Daniel Masma from Australia, 28 years old. Currently living in Japan, driving Formula Drift Japan. It's obviously a free sport. It's not first one over the line. I watched the Tokyo Drift movie when I was a child about 1,000,000 times and thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I ended up buying an S13, building a trailer, getting a loan for a tow car because it's quite a big investment to obviously get started into drifting, but once you're there you can just go multiple times. And then I trekked down 8 hours with them, went to the track and yeah, tried drifting for the first time ever, and it was incredible. It was an incredible feeling. I've never felt so free in my life, so we just kept going with it and we're here now. So.
I think drifting in Japan is like more a culture. It's not just about just motorsports. Like people who actually drift in Japan is because they love it. It's not really about the image or media or anything. It's just about passion. I think drifting in Japan is really something different. It's not just professional, but also a passion.
We just ended up, I guess, loving it over here, getting stuck over here and trying to compete over here because it's obviously a much higher level being the place it was born. So ever since then, we've been trying to drive professionally over here.
Drift is like so much knowledge you have to have about the length of the car, the speed, the angle and everything. So I think to have those visions to drive one drift car with that speed, that much smoke we come out the tires, we improve so much the skills of the drivers and also of the team to be able to see small mistakes to fix again the top drivers, and one day we can be the top drivers too.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Trowbridge. I am the Managing Director of the Sideways Experience, and that's an international drift school located at Ebisu Circuit in Japan, where we rent out cars and we run driving programs and schools to teach people how to drift. We're really wanting to grow the business so we can have as many people come to Japan to learn drifting and experience what we love the most. The way we kind of overcome that is we're very fortunate to have a lot of YouTubers and a lot of media surrounding Ebisu Circuit. And so that's been really prolific in helping us grow, as well as word of mouth. What we run is an experience, and as people really enjoy the experience, we're just growing more and more and more. So it's been really special to experience that. And so it's really important to us to maintain a really competitive edge within both our competition drift cars and our school cars. We do that. Our mechanics spend so much time actually researching about the cars, testing, trying new products, just so we can bring the best possible experience to Ebisu Circuit.
We're constantly on top of this car. Every single time it goes out, the whole thing is checked over, like meticulously. We even pulled the gearbox out at the track to adjust the clutch and check everything, make sure everything was okay. So it's just a constant staying on top of this thing, making sure it's not going to break on our driver.
And that's what we do for a living. We teach in drifting, we do drifting, and we also take care of the customers who take also cars to Japan to also do the same thing we are doing now. So my first meeting in blockchain sports was a Formula Drift 2 round of Nikko Circuit. It was the first time we actually met then, and we spoke for probably almost like 1 hour. I was really impressed. I'm still impressed right now because they're trying to make our dream, trying to make everyone's dreams a better future.
And then all became clear in the presentation and I was absolutely blown away. Nothing like I was expecting. I just saw blockchain drift, did a little bit of research, and I was like, oh yeah, it's, you know, some drifting and stuff like that. And then I found out what they're really trying to do, and it absolutely blew my mind.
So I believe we work with the blockchain, we can make this happen in a really short time. and we can take our name there, and Blockchain Sports would be the only one company to be improving the future of drift.
That's my plan, and I believe that's Blockchain Sports' plan too.
It's mind-blowing that a little driver from Cairns that never even had a home track, that had to travel a long distance to be able to practice drifting, that now could be part of the revolution of drifting, is absolutely insane. Like, I can't actually comprehend it. Like, I love this sport. I know so many people around the world do and would, jump at the opportunity to be in my shoes. So if we can build this sport up bigger, better, make it more recognized across the world, I'll be a very happy guy.
So I know a lot of drivers in Japan and around the world, they've been amazing drivers just because the drift simulator. So I cannot say much about because I use it only a few times. I don't have my own simulator. I wish this year or next year we can get a simulator so we improve our levels and our skills. But drift simulator, I think, is the best option you can get to get behind the wheel on the real car. You can get it prepared in really short time. You can learn so many small details without being out your own house or your workshop or something.
Obviously, being able to practice a track before you go to it is something, it is a necessity these days. Now, I don't think there's many drifters out there without a simulator these days, so they're a great tool to progress the sport. So all the data and stuff with all the drone setups, with all the camera setups so they can't miss anything, with kind of like the bodysuit that was intended in the presentation to me, with all the data from the car, that is pushing drifting to the next level. That's something you don't see in this sport. So I think it's going to be probably one of the most beneficial things that a driver can, at this point in time have, because you're going to have someone to break down the data, see what you're doing wrong, change your driving style, because most of the time we may have just a GoPro on the car and one angle from somebody filming on their phone. To have multiple camera angles, you're not going to miss anything.
And also on Drift Simulator, you cannot crash. You cannot damage the car cannot break down. So you have so much more seat time behind the simulator. So the simulator for me is something we need to achieve for this year and next year to improve ourselves.
So the goal I want to achieve together is seeing if this works. I really am interested in testing it on myself, because I'm not the best driver in the world. I want to be the best driver in the world. So if we can collaborate and develop these programs from the technical side to the mental side to the actual training side, and seeing how far that propels me into drifting, I think that completely aligns with Blockchain Sport is trying to do. And obviously I don't know, I probably already said it, but I want to be the world's best.